Hi viewers, Jai Shri Ram. I welcome you all back to my program again. Welcome you all for teaching learning processes. And I'm your Sunasni. And today's, I think last class I have given a topic regarding certain tips in B8, and some of them have been subscribed my channel. I'm so happy about it. And now also again I wanted you all to subscribe this topic also if you would have been interested in it. So in B.Ed, there are some tips and theories are very important. There are a number of theories are there, but one of the main and important theory which I am going to teach for you all today, and that is very important. And with that, plus I'm going to mix a cognitive theory, and the case study is leading with the reinforcement. Okay, shall we move? Yes. I think being in lockdown, you're getting bored, and I myself I made busy with cooking and lot of things, learning new things. That was really interesting. I request you also engage yourself, don't waste the time. And this is what constructivism learning theory, and this is one of the very important theory in B.Ed, as we have to go through this with this. So what does mean constructivism? Just we have to as being a teacher, this is all for teaching. I'm giving for a teacher, I'm giving it tips. Okay, the constructivism is just that where the child will inbuild himself. I think you may understand, he will inbuild himself by engaging in various activities. So is nothing that just just an observation and scientific study. It's just leading with the observation and scientific study about how a people will learn their own, and where they will be able to understand certain things by their own, as well as the knowledge. They will develop their knowledge also by their own, just leading with activities. So one thing that I can show you here. See, a learning therefore is simply the processes of adjusting our mental model. That is nothing that the mental models is all depending upon the mental models, is that where the child will learn by themselves by giving a number of activities, and all this theory is just leading with the child centered, not a passive mode of teaching. That I just want to say there are two modes of teaching. One is that passive mode and active mode. It's a passive mode where the teacher will be demonstrating everything and just the child want to hear in it. But here the child will experience himself a certain topic, and he started to interrogate with you. That midly, some of them used to ask you some certain questions regarding with certain topics, so that interactions is very important here. So next, I started to get a new experience, it'll be experienced well. So next, the constructive theory means of learning based on the idea that knowledge is constructed by a mental activity. That really mentioned that is just in building the is depend upon the mental activity of a child, where whatever it can be anything which you give, where the child should experience that and he should learn. And constructivism that argues the human general knowledge and meaning from an interaction between the experience and ideas. It's just that you will learn through activities, you will ask certain questions, whatever you don't know, all depends upon the activity. Just active mode of teaching is very important in teaching methodology. Most of the teachers used to do passively, but I recommend that active teaching is very important, where the child himself will learn something. So just give, if you give a ball, he comes to know what are the things he can do in the ball. Just give him what all the things you can do with the ball. So say sometime he may do n number of things whichever we may not know it. So that's what, give a chance for the child. It should be a child centers. Never force a child to listen to your stories. Just give a time for a child to explain his imaginations. I think you all got it. Next part, we'll see the next. So how the classroom should be arranged in this theory, we'll see it. A productive constructive classroom is a consist of learner center, active So that's what it all depend upon the learner center. There is that too is a more of an active mode. It does not depend upon the passive mode. Okay. In a classroom, the teacher provides students with experience, and that what hard questions can be given, and manipulating all the things is depend upon problem solving methods. Everything should be given to the child, whatever it may be wrong or it may be correct. Just give a chance for him to show his own talent. So next, the role of teacher. Here the role of teacher is just that of the facilitator. Got it? The role of teacher is considered to be as a facilitator. She'll be a facilitator, she'll be a guider. She never tell child. The teacher should not force the child or do this, whatever I say is the correct. She should not argue with the child. Just give a chance for the child to improve himself. The benefit of this theory, constructivism theory, what are the benefit is here. So the child will learn in an active process. The child will be learning in very active mode based. The knowledge is constructed, not transmitted. It's very important. Here the knowledge is constructed, that it is not transmitted. We are not going to transmit whatever we learned. We are not going to teach him by directly. Just that we are going to teach him by active based, where he would be able to know certain concepts will in easy method. Okay, where he'll be able to learn the certain concepts in easy method. We are not going to transmit certain methods to him. That's very important. Certain concepts where he have to refer it, he has to do experience about it, and finally he will learn the concept. Okay, concepts are very important. So we are not going to transmit, we are not going to transmit whatever we learn, just giving a experience activity. Develop co-scholastic activities, that is very important, where we have to give more activities. And what is this curriculum? Co-curricular activity is very important in teaching based. Actually, I recommend something for you all. Before you're entering the class, just give some activity that enrich the child's vocabulary, or sometime it may develop the inner strength of a child, talent. All this must be very important in this mode of teachings. So emphasize the problem solving and understanding the concept. He has to solve himself the problem. Just give a problem to him, let him understand the concepts and solve the things. So all this depend upon the child center. That's the main thing. And next is the cognitive theory. The role of cognitive theory, which include a process of thinking, knowing, problem solving, remembering, and forming a mental alertness. This is very important theory. Actually, it is good. It is when the child is in the infancy level, when it is in small stage, infancy and adulthood, all the stages, the cognitive theory plays an important role. Actually, when the child becomes, just when child started to grow up, usually the cognitive, the mind, actually the mind of a child will be also developed. So certainly this theory is very important. It's just giving a thinking power. Just you give everything to the child start to think what can he do with certain things. So if you give a pen, if you give a book, just ask him to draw, or just draw a picture, whatever picture would you like to do it. All those things is depend upon the child. And he may start to imagine, or he may start to write his own poetry. All those things will happen only when this theory is implemented in your classes. So you have to know the child's talent and just ask him to do by himself. Probably it may be wrong or it may be correct, but something that your child should be done by himself. Build him by himself. He has to grow by himself, and he has to stand by himself, not with the support of anybody. I don't want, but one thing is that you have to guide your child. Guiding is important. Just you can do that as a teacher, guiding and giving some information about certain topic, rather than never force a child for certain things to be done as you like. So this is very important theory, just cognitive theory. I can give you some benefits of that. See here, this is all the activities which I have done in my classroom. About science exhibition we have done. These all have been done by my kids. See, the postures also is kept by here. They're around flood posture. Flood, about a flood. Then see, just look at it. Since they are active, since they are in active based learning. Here also we had done a certain good things about eco green. See, the kids have been worked with me, and this is one of my best student where he is good in the co-curricular activities, and as well as he is also very good in academics, and one of my best student, I can say him. And around past 2 years I was being a teacher for him. And these are my class kids. They enjoy by colorings. See, they have done such beautiful things. And this is this way the classroom where past for 2 years I taught them, but now I'm not working there. See, but the pictures which I took there, it was really good for me to give examples for you. See, the activities, this is also a kind of activity which I have done over there, where the kids, I said them to draw a picture. Imagine a good picture and do it. Just imagine it and do whatever you want, just do it. But I find that out some of the kids have been done wonderful job here. They have a good imagine power, as that of they said knowledge is widely developed and thinking skill can also be done. Actually the worksheet should be given for them to fulfill, not the teacher should not do anything, because whatever the wrong the child does it, it doesn't matter. We are here to guide them and correct them, but sometimes they have to learn by themselves. Never force or never give everything as a spoon feeding. That is a bad habit. But here I doesn't give anything. See, in this there is a small activity which I have been done. It's a drawing competition. They are discussing, some of them discussing there. It's just a group discussion, is very nice with them. See, this is a case study I would like to explain with you all. A case study is dealing with the principle of reinforcement. Yeah, one of the very important that the reinforcement is just that encouraging a kid. So the reinforcement are of the positive and negative. As being a teacher, we never use a negative reinforcement. That is not fit for teaching. So reinforcement should be a positive method, and that can be anything. If the child has done a wonderful job, please appreciate him. Never discourage or never make the child to feel hurt. So that is very important. And this is also dealing with this theory of constructivism. Is when you are doing constructivism theory, a group discussions or a group project or whatever works which you are giving for a kid, if it is in the group mode, please try to encourage the kids to do certain things and give a positive reinforcement. Never say a negative reinforcement. So the reinforcement actually strengthens the behavior of a child, and individual will be motivated. It is motivated part for the kids, and also there is a more powerful for them to work together. So one thing, reinforcement is a very important part in teaching methodology, as that today we learned about constructivism theory, and that all depend upon the child centers and active based teaching is that. So I recommend you all to follow the constructivism theory when you are being in teaching processes. Please use the constructivism theory and use a principle of reinforcement, that to positive reinforcement. Never use a negative reinforcement. Okay, so today's topic is just leading with that. So next topic I would like to go on pedagogy as well as Bloom's taxonomy. I will explain for you all, and please wait for my video for next episode. I'll be there after 2 weeks, I think, probably, because some works have been going on with myself, so cannot. Please subscribe my channel if you'd like. If you need any more doubts, if you have any more doubts, please ask me. You can comment me or whatever. My personal number have not been given, but I'll give you my Instagram. ID. Okay, by next video I'll do with that. So bye. Bye. Okay, see you. Bye bye. Take care.